Hello, everyone. Let's see. I think we're live. It's hard to tell, honestly. We will see what's going on. I think we're good. All right, today I'm going through Zoom, so that's why I was double checking to see if we are good. All right, I'm going to turn this down so we can. All right, can you hear me? You might not be able to hear me. All right, I haven't used Zoom before, so I'm not sure how the volume works on this, but hopefully you can hear me, even though I can't hear myself because I'm on Zoom. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I think this is going to be a problem. All right. I'm going to go ahead and work through here, even though I'm not sure you can hear me. I think there's going to be an echo back. My computer's on mute, so. All right, okay, let's do this. All right, today, you guys, we're talking about the psychology of sales. We're talking about selling high ticket offers, and it looks like my computer is still on mute. Let's see if I can. Okay, we are talking about game changers that will really make your business go. The one thing that's missing from a lot of sales programs, if you're like me, you've taken a lot of sales programs and art business programs. Hi, Ira. The one thing that's missing is mindset, and you don't even know that that's missing because we're so focused on getting the websites done and getting everything else set up and posting on our social media and all the things that we know that we have to have in place to make our sales machine run, that we forget about the fact that, thank you, Ira, that we can't forget about selling and the psychology of selling. So who here still struggles with the sale every once in a while? I am talking about this topic because specifically I've been there. I get it. I was there. It made me really uncomfortable to talk about sales with people. And sometimes I even avoided it altogether. It was just something that I didn't want to do. Or maybe you're like me and you would lower your prices to get through it. That's often what I did, is just lower my prices so I could get through the sale, which of course wasn't good. It wasn't good. So if that's you, you're not alone. I don't want you to feel like you are one of the only ones that struggle with this, because in general, we artists are creatives, and creatives just, selling doesn't usually come natural to us. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like a creative process. So a lot of times it makes us very uncomfortable. And I understand that it can be a struggle because, like I said, it was something I dealt with. If we want to sell, we really need to understand our customers and connect with what our customers want, to find those people that love buying our work so that we don't have to underprice it, so we can sell consistently and be selling off our easels, because that is possible. That is possible, and that's what we should do. But we need more than the website. So if you want to be selling high ticket offers, you need to connect with your ideal customers and make sure that your offers are irresistible, meaning every time we put an offer out there, our customers are so connected with us, they get everything they need, that they're like, yeah, absolutely. And the key to being a really good salesperson is feeling good about sales. In general, I think artists don't feel good about sales. So that's what we're going to be working on. We are going to be working on that. So who here wants to feel good about selling? I want to see me. Who here wants to consistently sell their art for 4 and 5 figures? Not just a couple $100. We want to get those sales up to where we can actually support ourselves and pay for more than just our supplies with the money that we make from our art. We want to be able to live the dream and really have a career and, you know, be able to pay for the next vacation with the money that we make from selling our art. If that is you, say me, because it was me. I hear Ira. Ira says me. But understanding the sales psychology that helps you connect with your audience is what is going to help you grow your sales. And it's really normal for us to struggle with that. We all have mindset blocks. Mindset blocks show up in different areas of our lives, and in particular, they can really show up in sales. If we have any negative paradigms running in the background, those automatic processes where we've got self-limiting beliefs, or we've got negative self-talk coming back in, or we start doubting ourselves, and then we show that we're really not confident, and maybe we just have actually adverse relationships with money, like maybe we have some money mindset blocks, those all come out when we're trying to sell. They get in the way of us making the sale. That's what's keeping us stuck. So we've got to make sure that our mindset is clear and clean, and we know where we need to start from, because that's like the gear that we're carrying in our backpacks. I always talk about how our mind is a backpack that we carry when we are on the journey to our goal. And our mindset is one of the most powerful tools that we can carry in our backpacks that are going to help us get to our goal. In this case, our goal is selling a high ticket offer. I'm tongue-tied today. I'm Shauna St. James, and I am an artist and the author. And I also am a mindset expert. I have years and years of training in emotional intelligence. Hey, Melissa, good to see you. Psychology, neurosciences, emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and all of that has really put me in this perfect position to solve the problem for artists when it comes to not being able to sell. It's just something that I was able to figure out and put together, and knowing these things, like tapping into sales psychology, is really what allowed me to double my income in 1 year. And that's why I'm standing here in front of you to share this with you. So let's move on. Let's be artists that thrive, not just survive, right? Because mindset is the difference between artists that sell hundreds of dollars of art and artists that sell tens and $1,000s of art. That's who we want to be. We want to be those artists. So today I'm going to give you 3 sales confidence tips. These are things that any artist can use to help you feel better around sales and communicate better with your audience, connect better. Melissa, I'm ready. Yeah, increase your prices. I hear it, girl. You are an art boss, and we're going to get that for you. You're already doing that. You're already doing that. Thank you for being here, both of you. And anyone who's watching this live, give me a heart or a like or a thumbs up, and just say hi. Tell me that you're here. If you're watching it a replay, let me know you're here too. I always love good to know who's watching. So the first tip I want to give you is, I want you to make sure that you're doing whatever it takes to feel good. Meaning, what do I mean by that? You know how athletes will have like their lucky socks? Now, granted, most of the time those are gross things, right? Like lucky socks that they never wash or whatever. We don't want to be those, but we want to do and wear and set ourselves up for what feels good. Meaning, you want to do your hair, you want to do your makeup, you want to wear your favorite shirt, wear whatever makes you feel the most comfortable, puts you in a physical presence of feeling good and positive about yourself. I mean, we've heard this all before, you know, when we going back to the days of school, right? When they didn't let us look like slobs and wear sweats to school, which I get it. It's not always a big deal, but when you're communicating with your customers and you're wanting to sell, you want to look good. You don't want to get in your jammies with, you know, the ball cap on because you didn't do your hair and all those different things. Make sure you set yourself up for success by feeling your best, because you look your best. I'm getting hearts. I hear you. Hi, Regina. Good to hear you. Number 2, I want you to tap into the power of using affirmations and mantras. You know, people who use affirmation and mantras really are reprogramming their mind. It feels awkward at first because it's not something that you initially believe. When you're saying mantras and affirmations, the whole point of them is to re-emphasize them, so you start integrating them into your subconscious to where you really start connecting with what you're saying. But that takes time. It takes time. So I want you to have some mantras and affirmations about positive sales, about selling well, about the fact that, yeah, your sales are getting easier and easier. And I want you to use them consistently. I want you to say them to yourself every time you're getting ready to go online and do a launch or say anything about the price of your product or talk to a customer. I want you to dig into that sales psychology and the power of using affirmations. Say your affirmations before you get online or before you get on the phone with your customer, whatever that may be. Or even if you're at a show, before you open your show and everybody comes into your booth, be ready, have some sales mantras. You can even tape them to the back of your desk or put them wherever you can see them often. Those are really going to help reprogram your mind. That's going to help you align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, which of course, I talk about a lot. Once you get those all in alignment, you are good to go. You are unstoppable. The third thing, here's your third tip. I want you to not be afraid. I want you to do this because I get it. This sounds kind of weird. I want you to role play. I want you to practice. Role play is practicing. Find a friend who's going to help you, who's going to be that customer, that pretend customer that you can sell to. Have your hubby, have your partner, just find someone who is willing to be that customer so you can practice your sales skills. Meaning you have a sales process that you follow and you're going to practice that with that person. You're going to walk them down the path of the sale. So if you can practice that more often, you're actually building motor memory. And that muscle memory and motor memory is what's going to help make it feel natural to you. It's going to start being a routine. And when you create routines, it lowers the stress around everything. So the more you practice it, the more routine it becomes, the more comfortable you are, which always conveys to your customer. Those kinds of things, they're really subliminal, right? We all know that body language and all those things, they are communicated to our customers. So the more comfortable we feel with our sales process and that our product and who we are as a person and how we believe in our art, when we get all those things right, then we can really connect with our customer and our audience. And that is really the key. Once you get all that in place, the mechanics and the tactics are just logistics come easy. The big part is getting yourself wrapped around the mindset, into the mindset that you need to be able to succeed. So if mindset's getting in the way of your business, so if you're struggling with making sales, if you're struggling with making those high ticket offers or having confidence about your art, maybe sales feels slimy to you. I was there. That was me. I felt really uncomfortable. I didn't want to be like a slimy salesperson. And I couldn't figure out how to sell that authentically felt like me. It felt like something separate, something that I wasn't going to be able to do. But I'm telling you, we can accomplish that. And mindset is the key to be able to reframe all that. So if you are interested in that, I want you to know that I have a program coming up. It's really going to help you have the art career you deserve and have the business that you've always wanted, making money, be able to do what you love, thrive doing what you love. And it's going to be a sales course, and that it's going to be 5 weeks. I'm going to be launching it soon. It is going to get really deep into the psychology of sales and helping you connect with your customers so you can sell, because I want that for you. I want that for you. This is something that really has been over 10 years in the making. And like I said, once I tapped into this and set this in place and used this system, it let me double my income in less than a year. And then that's why I want to share it with you. All right, I will see you next Wednesday. Thanks for being here in the group, and keep showing up. We do posts. We have a community here. Everybody's community and supporting each other. So I will see you next week. Thanks, everyone.